cheaper tube than we would if you just did it as Tovil Parish Council on your own. And also you then got alternative data to look at, because you can see how you're comparing with Yalding or headquarters. And as I say, Lisa has got somebody that she can share with, she can talk to.
That sounds good.
Find out what's happening in the big world.
Because the constituent's going to come to us, if we can't help them out, but at least if we've got some data, even if it costs
anything.
£50
I feel
to put
useless to the
thing
people
up,
at
I think
Tovil
it'd
at the
be
moment.
good, because I think it'd be good, especially through the tip
Okay,
and that.
I'm just going to stop this here, because I know that Geraldine, Clive and Terry were very keen to leave before we discussed
Yeah, that's
it.
all right, but thank you very much for
Can I
that.
ask one question, please? It was because I remember us having a membership before, and our representative went to the meetings, and he felt that he didn't have much input. It was very, we didn't have much of a say, and the feeling was that it was for a few people and everybody else sort of sat back. And that's what the feedback he was coming from us, and I think that's what determined us to withdraw our membership, because he didn't feel it was value as us for our parish at the time.
Can I just say, you need to pick two people who are going to fight your corner. Yes, there are some who sit there and they don't say a word.
He did want to say, and apparently he was stopped. I don't, because of course I can't say because I wasn't at the meetings, but he said he did want to try and put input in, and it was sort of like, it was blocked. And that's what he came, that's what he fed back to us, and that's how our membership was withdrawn, because he didn't feel it was value for money. So I was just bringing that point. It would, if we did have representatives, would they have more of an input, more of a,
you can put as much input in as you want to put in, and join in with what's going on. We've got the coordinating team at the moment that we set up the local plan, and we're bringing that back in to do with the review of the local plan. We have our quarterly meeting, our parish liaison meeting with Maidstone Borough Council. We have the 6 monthly police meeting, and I don't know whether any of you, I don't suppose you get invited to that because you're not part of CALC. So all those things, you can come and join in, put your hand up and say, we want to be part of that group. And also from your point of view, sorry if I'm going on. The Clerks Conference is one of the best conferences going, because you get to meet virtually all of the clerks in different areas in Kent. The local group, they've got a lunch club. I get told to mind my own business when they go down.
I go to East Farley. I do go to East Farley, and I have coffee with the lady at East Farley.
Well,
and Lewes, the ladies from Lewes.
Well, they go for lunch, and it's cross-border, because there's clerks of Brenchley, so it's partly cross-border, so you're getting the feedback from there as well.
Thank you.
I share Councillor Hogg's observations, and it will be, I think that's exactly why that we pulled out last time. We could send a shark, but a shark with no teeth can't speak. Is there any format in any of the debates that when the hand goes up or the sign goes up, that you have your regulation 2 minutes or 3 minutes?
We don't really have a regulation.
It's an informal.
It's an informal. You're around the table, whoever wants to speak. I will shut people up if they come back on too many things, and you're always going to get somebody who wants to repeat what somebody else has said. But we don't have a regulation amount of time, and it's up to you to put things on the agenda as well.
Yes.
We have the standard agenda.
Yes.
That's the key to it.
But if you want to put things on the agenda, you'll know when the dates are. Helen, I don't know if you know Helen Anderson, she's clerk to Langley Parish Council. She's a qualified clerk. She's our secretary. There's nothing Helen doesn't know about clerk.
So would that overcome that, the observations that Councillor Hogg had, if we was able to put things on the agenda?
Yeah.
Then we actually
They've
have
got to be, things that go
which
on
is,
to
I think,
the
is
agenda have got to be more generic for the whole of Maidstone rather than just for Tovil.
Yes, yeah.
If you've got something specific for Tovil, then we can deal with that outside of the current meeting. But yes, if you want to put things on the agenda, and if you want a speaker, we're always looking for different people for speakers. But I've got several people that come sit there and go home. They probably do the same with their
John
parish
Baker?
council meetings, and they don't participate. So I love people to participate. I've got a big mouth. I don't want to talk all night.
Yes, of course you do.
The 475, is that a 6 monthly?
That's
No,
fine.
5 monthly?
How
And there's no
much is the full
tie
one?
after that?
That's
Yeah.
what I was,
Yeah.
the other thing
It
was
won't be
to ask.
wrote before. So for this year would have been £950, 30 pence plus VAT. But the way it's done is based on bandy equivalent properties, a bit like council tax. So that formula has been there for 19 years now, and it is based on bandy equivalent. So that's what it.
So how much is that with the VAT?
It would have been £1,140.36. So that's
The
the back claim out.
Yeah.
So that's £20 a week.
I think the clerk's right. When we do the discussion about stuff, obviously, we thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Very, very informative. But we would like to obviously do the discussion
Yeah.
Absolutely.
as a council.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's anything else you want to ask, you've just got to ring up. There's no
So can I
problem.
ask if there's any more, is there any more questions for the council?
Sorry, the 475, that's
Yes.
a 5 monthly,
Yes.
5 monthly fee. Are you tied in for a year, for example, or is it just 5 months?
No, it's until the 31st of March. Then you'll have to renew for the following year.
Because we've got to vote it into the budget.
We have a budget discussion at our AGM at end of November for the following year.
Thank you
That's
very
right.
much indeed for
Thank
coming.
you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Take care.
Yeah,
no, I'll
Bye.
take care. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay, is there any other discussion points on the account membership? I would like to say something to Councillor Hicks on that, when you mentioned about the 500 and whatever the thing we have there for the 5 months. It is like an insurance policy, like they just explained to us. If nothing happened in 5 months, I don't want us to get into discussion of should we try it for this amount of time. We should either attack it as we're either going to do it or we're not going to do it. And now if we look at the figure work as a pro rata figure, if we're led into that sort of path, if nothing happens in that 5 months and we haven't had to use their services, then we're going to say, we'll be more inclined to say, well, why should we carry it on for another year? If something happens on, it's a lot of money. If something happens on the 6th month and we've decided we only wanted to try it out for the 5 because of the cost involved, and something actually happened and we had issues in the past where we needed to get legal advice, planning advice, we had nobody to go to. We had to go to Google, and unfortunately, then it's a minefield there. You're led into different aspects of how the general works, not as in our council works. So I just want you to bear that in mind when we do our discussion or our voting. We can't rely on this just little pro rata figure or whatever. It's either going to be, do we want to be covered legally, professionally, with any advice of anything that happens, anything could possibly happen to the council, or do we go no? I think Councillor Hogg was quite right in what she mentioned before. Is the reason why we did that a couple of years ago is because we went to these things and we wasn't given a fair shout. So I think if we put something, if we did vote to stay in it or to rejoin it again, if we was able to put something on an agenda and have a strong speaker that actually, like yourself, what doesn't mind actually sitting down and speaking their mind about our issues or the general issues, then I think that would be better. Any other?
I just have one concern with what we've got in the budget. I mean, we've got £10 left.
It will come out contingencies. Myself and the RFO have already discussed it.
I I think a lot of the stuff that didn't get used last year went back into contingencies. All the ring fence stuff that didn't get spent went into the contingencies. So that should come out.
From what they said,
We wouldn't have enough in contingencies either.
Okay, well I'm sure at the moment, Councillor Hogg, I do take what you're saying.
Yeah.
At the moment you haven't voted to say we're going to go ahead and do it.
No, I'm just bringing that to mind.
Alison has said, put it this way, when I popped it on the agenda and I discussed it with the now chairman, I said the first port of call was to the RFO to say, do we have the money? She has told me yes. Now she's the lady with the figures, not me. If she's telling me the money's there, then I believe her.
So if we go finish off the discussion, obviously time's cracking on, and then if we go to the vote and it's an affirmative vote, we can always have an affirmative vote with a caveat that there is the funds available in any particular pot that we have. Would that be acceptable to everybody? Yeah. Okay. So would anybody else like to add anything else about CAB? Vice Chairman?
yes, I think it sounds good. I know it's paying out money, but we need to find out. We've got a brand new council, not 2 years ago, so I think, and you've got some quite strong people who are very concerned about what's going on in Maidstone itself. I think we should go for it on a couple of conditions. One is because see if we do get invites, see if we can speak at that time. If we can, all well and good, we're getting our voice together. If we get turned down and we don't get no speak, then we say, right, that's it.
The issue we have there is we may not need it for 5 years.
It's a case of, I totally agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, but it's in the case of, do you not insure your car for 5 years,
Yeah,
because you're not,
yeah.
your cars and your house is always insured for that period of time. Now I'd just like to add something else, what Gary said. It's not only the legal stuff and the stuff that we may have to legal planning, finance or anything to do with Tovil Parish Council. We get invited to the bigger forum about Maidstone itself.
Yes.
Now, as we all know, we are a small part of Maidstone and we suffer from quite a lot of congestion. Other parts of Maidstone suffer from poor air quality and congestion as well, and house building. So to join in that bigger forum and have a voice in that bigger forum, I think would be beneficial. But that's only obviously my opinion, and obviously we carry on with the discussion if time permits. I would like to hurry it along a little bit if we can, and then we'll obviously go for a vote.
Fine.
So would anybody else like to speak on the matter?
I think it's a form of insurance policy. You have a house, or you say, I'm not going to pay insurance out on the buildings or contents. A year later, the house burns down. You haven't got insurance.
So would anybody like to table a motion then, as soon as we're finished, or will let's cancel the clerk wants to add?
I would just like to add as well that I am very new to this job, and at the moment I do feel like I'm not doing my best for you guys and for the local residents if I don't have the knowledge behind me. Now I am doing my training, I am doing my seal card.
We've got no complaints.
I know, but I want to be better.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I can go to these conferences, and yeah, I know I meet up with girls at East Farney and Lewes, but if I can do that more, it means that I can come back and I can be like, they may say to me, we've trialled this in our village, that might work for you. Oh, brilliant. And I can write it down and I can come to
I
you
think that's a good idea.
you guys and say, look, plucking it out the air, Yaldin's tried this, let's try it, you know, and see if we, I don't know, but that's just how I feel
I
about
think
it.
that's the right way of going.
And so, would anybody like to table a motion? You would.
Yeah.
What would you like to table?
I was like to say, can we go ahead and vote on it possibly?
Vote which way?
To obviously go for it.
To go for
Yeah.
to a thing. Well, I'd like to propose a table an amendment on that. And the amendment would be that we would go ahead with it, with the caveat that we'd all like to be informed prior of where the money is coming from. If there's money available and where it is coming from, which particular pot it's coming from. And so that would be my motion, or my amendment to the motion. So obviously we vote on the amendment first, and I propose that amendment, so
I second it.
second it. All those in favour of my amended proposal?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in favour,
Any against?
none against.
Any abstaining? One abstaining. Do we,
Now I need to call.
you sure? Can we haven't got Carol, but we have actually got an ex-chairman here. Ex-chairman, do we now call the other motion, or does my motion supersede that?
I think your motion supersedes that because you all voted in favour of it, so there's no point, I can't see a point in voting for it,
Thank you
'cause
very much.
apart from one, and one
Thank you
abstained.
very much. That's it.
Okay, just on that note, Mr Chairman, sorry, is everybody okay for me to notify them by letter or by email by the end of the week to let them know the costings and what pot it's coming out of? I'll sit down with Alison in the morning.
Perfect.
And can I set like a week deadline that providing I don't get blankets and blankets of objections from you all,
Yeah.
I go ahead,
Yes.
yeah? Perfect, okay.
Okay, now we move on to item number 7, the minutes. To agree the minutes of the full council meeting at the 9th of the 9th, the last council meeting. Those in favour of the movie, of agreeing the minutes?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in
Those
favour,
against?
none against.
Any abstaining?
I'm abstaining because I weren't here. for the
That's fine,
meeting.
That's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine, I understand that, that's fine.
And to agree the minutes of the planning committee on the 19th of the 9th.
Can I just make an apology for not attending that meeting?
You did that, yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine,
I was unaware I was on the committee for that.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
Also,
fine.
can I ask if you could possibly just list the committees that I am on?
I'm already on it, yeah.
Thank you.
To agree the minutes of the planning committee meeting on the 19th of the 9th. All those in favour? All those against?
Yep.
And those abstaining?
Again, I wasn't there, so
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I can't agree with something.
No, no, you can't.
So,
The finance report, expenditure against budget report.
It's not in there. Can I borrow your reports? There's Alison. She's going to be here tomorrow.
Okay. Is there any, is everyone okay with this? Any queries, any questions?
I still have queries ongoing from last meeting, but I mean, it's taken ages.
I believe the RFO's invited
Yeah,
you
she's
into the
emailed
office.
me. Of course, it's a week I can't do.
Okay.
Conveniently, no, I will email her back in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Is it literally?
I have offered Thursdays, and of course, it's the Thursday I can't do, obviously.
Unfortunately, Alison wasn't in the office much last week because I was off, so
Yeah, no,
So-
I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from that, which
But-
Councillor, you can sort out with the RFO, obviously. Apart from that, is everyone in agreement with that? Those in favour?
Yeah.
Those against?
I'm
Those abstain?
against for the reason of I still haven't got the answers
No,
that I
that's
have got.
That's right.
You don't have to justify it, honestly, it's fine.
The trial balance report. Really?
I'm borrowing him. Just give me the money.
Trial balance report. Yeah. That's the cost of
No,
it.
that's all. That's in your, that's in the same one.
That's right. Has everyone got any issues with this, the trial balance? No? Okay, those in favour? Those against? One against?
That's correct.
And the bank reconciliation report, again, those in favour of this? Those against? One against. External audit report, to be noted. Yes, I would like to extend my congratulations to the RFO. Unlike the European Union,
who hasn't successfully done any of audits at the moment. She has successfully passed the last audit, which we're all balanced and we're all up to date.
Credit to the council.
Absolutely. Authorisation of payments, please.
There has been a new list. Could someone pass one down?
Yeah,
to
there
me?
was a late payment today.
I just got one query. Yeah, it's the same. Check.
Have we got another spare, sorry?
Oh, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
alright, that's fine.
It's 10 pence. Oh, right, remember.
That's right, that's
Oh, thank you.
Is there any anomalies on that? Anybody like to raise their hand on an anomaly?
I've got one.
Yeah.
On the last payment list we had last month, we had £400 for Help Out Nature Reserve nature experience events, and we've got it again.
I can't answer it, because
Yeah, I
obviously...
know you can't answer it, but I didn't know,
No,
because it's been before.
I don't know. Let me ask
Yeah.
her. Let me-
Can we refer that back to the RFO?
Yeah.
And we'll do that can you do that tomorrow?
I'll do it tomorrow. Can
Do
I
tomorrow,
nick
and then
that and I'll
come back
write
with
a
an
note?
answer.
Yeah,
on that.
because that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
confusing me
yeah,
as well.
it's like you're paying it twice,
Yeah.
sort of
Okay,
thing.
that's not a problem. What I'll do, I'll have a word with the RFO in the morning.
Yeah. Good job somebody's alert, isn't it?
So in which case, can I make a recommendation, this is my personal recommendation, that because of that particular potential anomaly, I will be abstaining. So, obviously, I'll ask for the vote. Those who want to pass the authorisation payments, those against, and those abstaining. Yes, I know. But I know, but I can't do,
No, that's
that
fine.
has to be
Yeah,
carried.
that's okay.
Yeah,
As long as council are aware the clerks and RFO's wages will still be paid on the 23rd. Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
because it is now the 14th, it just means might have to get your skates on tomorrow and to sort that out. As soon as we come back with an answer, I would presume that if that anomaly was sorted, that we would,
Well, you can do a ruling that
Yeah.
you make
Yes, you can.
the rest of the payment
yes,
subject to that single payment
Yes.
being
Yes.
investigated. The rest of them can be paid
In
if
which
you
case-
put it that way.
in which case, can we go back on that? Can we revoke that, the previous voting? Or we could take another, let's have a look what we've got here.
Okay.
E1,
What you need to do is call it to a vote,
yeah,
authorise the payments with the condition attached that the payment 141007 will not be made until an investigation is carried out.
in which case she's put it better than I could. That is exactly what I'll propose.
That's why I'm the clerk.
That's what I'll propose, that all the rest of the payments apart from that one, until that's sorted out there, and that actually covers then their wages and they're not going to go short of money.
We'll come find you.
Okay, so I will propose that.
I'll
And
second it.
thank you.
Okay.
All those in favour?
Okay,
All those against?
yeah,
All those abstaining?
perfect, that's carried. Excellent.
Payments list to be distributed in the meeting. Reports distributed prior to the meeting.
I didn't have any.
Reports. No reports,
No
Joe.
reports today.
Okay, number 10, the update list.
No. Where is my update then? You've got one in your folder.
Okay.
I'll get some.
item number 1 on the update list. Have you all read this update list?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there any anomalies on this, apart from the burial ground wall, still awaiting the full lease from MBC yet again? It is irritating. When was the last time that an email was sent on that?
Just before I went on holiday. I haven't had a chance to chase it up yet because obviously I only came back to work this morning. So I will chase it again today, tomorrow. Well, that's going to have to be Wednesday's job, sorry. But
Is that something that, if in the event that we have the money and that we join CALP, is that something that CALP could take up?
yes, that's exactly what came for there.
That's got our money back straight away. That's
Rather than paying the solicitor £2 grand. Yeah.
DPI forms. Can we remind all councillors that DPI forms, which is the Declaration of Pecuniary Interest, which includes all your work and all your other bits and pieces, are filled out correctly in your DPI forms. It must be updated. It is a criminal offence if they are inaccurate. Okay. Policy still awaiting the updates from the working party. Can we have amended policy submitted to the council by Monday the 4th of November in order to put this in place? How are we with this? How far are we away with this?
Councillor Abigail Hogg, Councillor Mark Jessup and working on that.
Have they?
Yeah.
Can we have any?
You
Mark?
can have the update, well, the ones that, the recommendations I've done so far, but I'm swamped with work from now on, so I'll give you the ones I've done, but I haven't done all of them.
Would you say that November the 4th is a bit too close then? Seeing as we've
I've
got,
already
or
written down, I'd have to write them out in a way to try and explain where they are, but
would another couple of weeks on top of that be beneficial for the both to get more time to do stuff?
well, I've already got the stuff I've got written down, so
Yeah.
it's a matter of just typing it up and hoping you can work it out.
Do you want to just give me your notes and I'll muddle through?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah,
I've got
and then I can email you what I've written and you can tell
Yeah.
me, yeah, that's right, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Yeah.
But yeah, I just ain't got the time to go through the rest of them.
Yeah, Alley Gates on the Church Road. Letters have been written to the residents of Church Road, and obviously, when was the letter written?
This morning.
This morning.
Yeah.
Residents have 30 days to submit any objections
You'd
to
have to send them to Beaconsfield Road as well, because of course it backs
Already
on.
done.
on back.
So you'd have to do both sides.
They're both done.
Right,
They're both
okay.
done. They're
They're both
ready
done.
to go out.
Excellent. Skyguard, the contract has been terminated due to the service being missold to the parish council. Now, I've just, has it been?
It has, yeah. And I've got us out without termination fee as well.
Oh, fantastic.
So what,
Right, so
what have we got in place
what have we got in place?
instead of that?
Okay, so basically, we found a glitch in the Skyguard system. They hadn't told me that what they need is like a tree of numbers to ring before they call the police or an ambulance. So if my alarm goes funny, like it says that I've dropped my alarm and it says my heartbeat stopped or something, they're going to keep going till they can contact Paul and Gary, and then they're not going to call an ambulance. And I was like, no, we need something that if I press it happens.
It absolutely,
And then I rung them and sort of said, look, no, it's not. And they said, well, was it not explained to you? I said, no, because if it had been, I would have said, that's not suitable for us, because well, he's a postman, you're self-employed, there's no way you wouldn't get in touch with somebody to check where I am. I did give them the option of, Councillor Jess, sort of, no, we don't recommend that, okay, fine. So yeah, it was all, so basically I wrote a formal letter of complaint. I disputed it and said you've missold the service to us, and they let us out the 5-year contract completely free of charge.
Oh, very good.
how much have we paid so far?
They won't give us that back.
No, how much have we paid so far?
That's 60 odd
Okay, that's,
Maybe we can get
so-
calc on that.
something else, the cap will be £60, £60.
That's it.
But obviously, we have to look for something more suitable for that. When would you be able to come up with sort of answers, or would you be doing it, or the RFO, or
It would be a bit of both of us, I think.
would you like me to have a look as well?
Yes,
See if I can
please,
find
Mr.
something.
Chairman. Yes, I will.
Okay. Notice boards. Councillor Mark Jess is still currently doing the notice boards. So the RFO has approached a member of the public to be paid on an ad hoc basis as and when the notice board needs updating. The funds to pay this will come out of the budget for the James Clark salary.
One thing I will say is the man we approached, his mother's been taken ill, so now we will need to advertise for it.
And the one I had before, he had heart surgery, which was 2 months ago now, and they wanted to do it. That's when Councillor Susan Hogg was going to took over instead. But the guy had heart surgery just afterwards. He still is not in a fit position to go travelling the streets and water. So unfortunately, the person I had in mind wouldn't do that. Do we still have a budget in James Clark's salary?
We do, yes.
Is it still called James Clark's salary?
Yes, it is. Well, it's lumped in with mine and Alison's. Obviously, it's office
in
salary.
wages.
Yeah, it's office salary. It's lumped in with mine and Alison's.
Okay.
I'm quite happy to carry on always until you get somebody who's suitable, so.
Yeah, we have got it as a priority, as stressed, we have got it as a priority, but unfortunately, at the moment, nothing else can be done. Okay. Sorry? I think we leave it because the advertising cost is
That's fine,
probably
that's
going to be
fine.
more
Yeah.
than the wages, which will be totally defeating. But obviously, I'm quite open to discussion from other councillors on that. Okay, let's crack on. The matter's not arising on that vote list.
Have we done any? I can't say the word now. Stop thingy of the shed.
No, nobody turned up to do it.
I can't say
Is
the
it
word.
shit? That was another
Inventory. That's the word I'm thinking.
Inventory.
That's the word I'm thinking of.
Inventory. Yeah.
Yes.
No, we haven't. I'm still waiting for some councillors to come and do it because I don't have time, I'm afraid, and it has to be done when preschool are not here.
Oh, so take that tomorrow
Can we
morning.
arrange a date?
Well, you can do it tomorrow morning,
Yeah,
but it's got to be done while they're indoors.
when are they indoors?
I don't know. But if we can arrange a date,
Next week's half term, isn't
yes, yes.
Yeah.
If two of you,
I don't mind doing it as well.
Well,
Yeah, I'm only around the corner. I think it has to be done
Can't
as a
be this week for
I
me,
think it
but
has to be done as a matter of urgency for the purposes of the insurance company will want to know what's actually in there, so we can be insured if there's been thefts at the Valley Conservation Society.
Yeah, that was my next point.
Yeah.
Of what tools we had in that shed and if they've been.
one drill which has been replaced at the cost of the Valley Conservation Society.
Right. And do Valley Conservation Society still hold our waders and the other? What was the other things, Councillor Hogg? That they had of ours? Was it pitchforks?
Pitchforks.
Pitchforks and waders.
I have been assured everything is accounted for, but I can check with Dennis.
Yes, because obviously they're having burglars there, and now we're coming to the end of summer season. I think it'd probably be more safer for us to store our pitchforks and our waders here, more secure. So I think we need to contact.
There's something next meeting, is that?
Oh, it's okay. Okay, moving on then. The planning item 12.8 application for the full. Have we got them here? We don't need to decamp, do we?
No, we don't.
No.
If you look at that one, I've just got to pop downstairs because Alison was hiding 11A Beaconsfield Road.
Okay. And was that or not an email or anything or any communication?
That's 46 Woodbridge Drive. I'm going to get 11A Beaconsfield Road. We've had a second one in this morning.
Oh, I was going to say there's only one here.
Yeah, no, we've had a second one in this morning. I'm going to go and get 11A Beaconsfield Road and I've got the information you need.
Yes, it is.
That one where we weren't too sure it was being knocked out of the
I think
I think it's for the
there was a complaint as well. I think I looked at wrong.
11.8, yes, there's something
It's
to do
trees,
with it.
was it trees or building?
A structure there, or wasn't a structure there, or something, but I think the clerk would sort of been.
I looked a couple of weeks ago. Maybe a week ago.
It might have to be deferred in a second. I'll check with the clerk, or I might have to do an emergency addition to the agenda in order to carry on with these. When the clerk.
I get some drawings, but
Yeah.
I think I was having trouble
Notice board thing
uploading
entails
them.
Basically,
Amazing
putting up
website,
notices.
yeah.
once a month.
Well, sort of possibly once a week.
Can be weekly, depends what needs to go up. You get
They're
like,
like if it's notices, like agendas and
And I'm
minutes.
not volunteering, I'll help him to do it. You do the notice boards, can't you? And I'll help
Yeah,
you, I'll
yeah.
drive you.
Yeah, I can do
Okay,
it.
there we are. No payments wanted, thank you.
Might have to revert back to that somewhere, but yeah, you'd have to agree that
Yes.
somewhere along.
We could do a retrospective agreement on that, was it on the update list? It was, wasn't it?
If it's driven around, would that be an insurance issue? There's always a balance.
I think I'll check with the clerk. If councillor Ron was to be driven around to do the notice boards, would it be passed as a business insurance?
Yeah, that's the problem you have with Alison.
I'm quite happy getting them shot, you know, for whenever so.
We only had an issue over the election notices, but I ran round and
Yeah.
done so.
Okay, with the, just moving on,
Okay.
with these, before we do these,
Yes?
have we got a chairman of the plan committee? So can I add an emergency item to the agenda, apply to that 11A,